Una de las peleas más esperadas, no nada más en la división de 168 libras, sino en el mundo del boxeo. 25 de marzo tendremos frente a frente Caleb Plant contra David Benavidez. Caleb Plant está aquí con nosotros en el estudio. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for taking the time. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Muchas veces pensamos en los deportes del combate. Ustedes son profesionales de deportes de combate y lo que pasa arriba del ring se queda ahí en el ring. Pero aquí hay un tema muy personal con David Benavidez. ¿Por qué se llegó a este punto?
I think in the beginning it was just agreeing to disagree on who's better. I think I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. I can beat you. No, you can't. Just normal fight banner. But then I think it just continuously grew, and where it kind of went over the line for me is when Jose Sr., David's dad, and some of his team members, started talking about my daughter, Aaliyah, who's, passed away in 2015. Just saying things like, I don't need to talk about her no more, and I'm just using her to get famous and stuff like that. And then even going to like pictures on Instagram of me and my daughter, Aaliyah, laying in the hospital bed together and things like that. And, if you got something to say about me, that's fine. If you got something to say about my dad or my coaches, that's fine. But, once you start bringing women and children and things of that manner into it, that's like a line that you really can't come back from. And so that's when it became really personal for me.
Obviamente es personal, se quieren hacer daño a cada uno. ¿Cómo le puedes hacer daño tú a David Benavidez?
I can hurt him the most by just winning and beating him. And, I do that by sticking to the game plan, staying calm and cool, collected, and just listening to my coaches, continuing to grind hard in training camp, making sure I don't take my foot off the gas, and then come March 25th, just getting in there and doing what I do best.
Se dice que el ganador de esta pelea se va a enfrentar a Canelo Álvarez. So they say the winner of this fight will go and fight Canelo Álvarez. You've been there. Yeah. It was your first loss, tu primer derrota. What did you learn from that fight that you think could help you in this fight? ¿Qué aprendiste de esa pelea con Canelo que te puede ayudar contra Benavidez?
I learned a multitude of things in that fight, and the biggest thing that I took away from it was just the experience. Experience isn't something that you can buy. It's not something that you can fake. You gotta go through the fire to get it. And I've done that. I did that with Canelo, and I come up short, and obviously I was disappointed. But Canelo's a great fighter, and when two great fighters meet up and they face each other, a lot of times some guys got to lose. And but I feel like I went out valiantly. I went out on my shield. I didn't quit. I didn't quit on the stool. And then even afterwards, I was still trying to continue and fight, even though the ref made a good call. And so just experience. Experience is key. It's a major factor going into these big fights.
Antes de esa pelea contra Canelo, tú y Canelo también tuvieron un pleito en la conferencia de prensa, pero me acuerdo mucho sus palabras después del combate, cuando tú le dijiste que no querías insultar a su madre porque tú también has perdido, a tu mamá, y Canelo te dijo, eres mi familia, a partir de ahora todo bien. Me pregunto si hay algún escenario, si después de esta pelea contra Benavidez puede pasar algo igual.
At the press conference between me and Canelo, he was telling me things like, you're going to see, you're going to find out. And then I'm like, okay, MFer, you know what I'm saying? And he took that some type of way. He pushed me.
And Mexico has a different context, that kind of offensive, right? I think you understood that later. Yeah.
But also, to be fair, he has said that word to other fighters as well.
That's right.
So he speaks English good enough. He knows the difference, and he knows that I wasn't speaking about his mother. And then obviously with my own personal situation, with my mom not being here no more, he knows, and I'm sure a lot of other people know, that I would never speak on women, children, just as I spoke on earlier. So he knew that. And but hey, we got in there and we battled it out like men do, and we were able to shake hands afterwards, and nothing ever got too out of hand. With them speaking on my daughter and some of the things that they've said about her and about me. Again, I don't think that there's any coming back from that.
Okay. Caleb, obviamente estás acostumbrado a la atención. You're obviously accustomed to the fame, the attention. Pero con Canelo fue otro escalón, fue otro nivel. Did you realize that maybe with Canelo, like, this was a different type of attention, a different type of notoriety that you've been used to?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it was overboard or too much, but it was definitely, the atmosphere on fight night was obviously a lot different than anything that I experienced before. And, as soon as I walk out of the tunnel, just, it's about 18,000 boos. Them hating me and not liking me and, whatever it may be. But I feel like I handled the moment well. And, again, that's a piece of experience that I get to take from that fight and carry into these other fights. And after you've experienced, that type of atmosphere, it makes a lot of these other fights seem a lot smaller.
¿El mundo del boxeo aprendió algo? ¿Bivol les mostró algo de cómo vencer a Canelo?
I mean, I feel like I had quite a bit of success myself when me and Canelo fought. And obviously, hindsight is 20/20. You're able to look back on things and say, man, I wish I could have done a little bit more of this or a little less of that. And then obviously seeing him fight Bivol and seeing the success that Bivol had, it's easy to look on TV and be like, if I do that, I could have success. But sometimes watching things on TV can be deceiving. And just because, you're able to see it, everyone has different fighting styles. Everyone brings different attributes to the table. And so there are things that I've seen that I felt like that I could, use and take and put in my arsenal if me and Canelo, or when me and Canelo are able to have that rematch. So yeah, Bivol, he's a great fighter. And, but when great fighters fight each other, someone's more than likely going to have to lose. Me and Canelo fought, I lost. Canelo and Bivol fought, Canelo lost. When he fought Floyd, he lost. Roberto Duran knocked out by Tommy Hearns. Muhammad Ali knocked out. You can go down the list throughout history and, all the greatest, all the biggest fighters have been knocked out. And, that doesn't mean that you're not a great fighter.
Best of luck against Benavidez. We'll be watching, of course. And we'd love to have you in studio again. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, man.
Damas y caballeros, David Benavidez con nosotros aquí en el estudio.